Hello, I'm Joseph Giunta, the music director and conductor of the Des Moines Symphony and Academy, and I'm thrilled to invite you all to our final concerts of the season on May 19th and 20th. Strauss wrote over 500 waltzes. These pieces have been appealing to audiences for more than 100 years, and to just give you an idea of how popular Johann Strauss Jr. was in his day and continues to be in the great city of Vienna, if you take the number of statues of Beethoven and Haydn and Mozart and Schubert and combine them, they won't equal the number of statues in the parks in the city of Vienna of Johann Strauss Jr. So we're always thrilled to play one of his waltzes. It brings a great smile to our faces. DMITRI Shostakovich was one of the great 20th century Russian composers. The piece that we're going to play for you, that Charlie Albright will be playing along with the orchestra, is his second piano concerto. Now, Shostakovich wrote this for the birthday of his son Maxime, who was also a pianist. Maxime was 19 years old when the piece was premiered, and it's really quite different than most of Shostakovich's music. It's got a certain youthful vitality and spirit about it, and it's actually fun to listen to, which is unusual because most of Shostakovich's pieces were pretty heavy, pretty long, and pretty, I would say, pretty deep in terms of texture. The second movement, the Andante, is my favorite because it reminds me, and any parent that's listening to this will know the feeling that when a child leaves home for college, you get sort of an emptiness in your gut, and that's kind of the feeling that this is here. It's a beautiful, poignant, and melancholy movement, and it goes right into the last movement, which is a spirited dance that's based on pentatonic scales and mode. This piece is recorded by the composer, DMITRI Shostakovich. It was recorded by the composer's son, Maxime Shostakovich, and also recorded by the composer's grandson, DMITRI, and I can't think of another piece of music that I can say that about. This piece was written in 1924, and of course it's gone on to become one of the most popular American concert pieces of all time. The first performance took place in Aeolian Hall in New York City, and the program was called An Experiment in Modern Music. And there were 26 pieces on this program. It took 4 hours to perform, and listen to the illustrious musicians that were in the audience. Sergei Rachmaninoff, Igor Stravinsky, the great violin virtuoso Fritz Kreisler, the great conductor Leopold Stokowski, and the March King, John Philip Sousa. They all attended this concert, and the Gershwin Rhapsody in Blue, Gershwin was playing it, was the second from the last piece to be played. So the audience was quite restless, and the concert was so long, and then once that wonderful clarinet Gliss starts this piece, it engaged the audience, and from that point on, people loved it. Our visiting artist for this weekend is Charlie Albright, and he's been here 3 seasons ago. He's a wonderful young pianist and someone whose career I've been following since he was about 14 years old. Charlie started playing the piano when he was 3 years old and earned a bachelor's degree in pre-med and economics from Harvard University when he was 16 years old. Charlie's appeared with the BBC, the Baltimore Symphony, and the Boston Pops, and he's collaborated with such erudite and terrific musicians as Bobby McFerrin and Yo-Yo Ma. We look forward to Charlie working with us, and I can't wait for you to hear him play both the Shostakovich Second Piano Concerto and Gershwin's famous and wonderfully vital Rhapsody in Blue. The final piece of the program that we'll play is by Maurice Ravel, the great French composer, called La Valse. This particular piece is based on the Viennese Waltz, and he first got the idea in 1906, was writing a piece called Vienna, but the Vienna of 1906 was a lot different than the Vienna of 1920 when this piece was finally performed. There was a lot of famine and a lot of strife in the city of Vienna, and I think this reflects this piece. Ravel, in his own words, describes this piece as starting through a distant mist. Clouds go away, and you see these wonderful dancers in this beautiful ballroom set in an imperial court in 1855. And as these waltzes unfold, they have all different kinds of characteristics: poignancy, nostalgia, flamboyance, vitality, spirit. They're all kinds of wonderful personalities that these waltzes concoct. And then at the end, it ends in a wonderful fury and frenzy. So it's a terrific piece of music, and it's one that I always love to conduct, and I hope you enjoy it. Please join us for our finale on May 19th and 20th at the Civic Center of Greater Des Moines. We've had a great time this season playing all this wonderful music for you, and we look forward not only to this weekend, but also seeing you in your seats next year for our 81st anniversary season of the Des Moines Symphony Orchestra.